Welcome to The Explainer. Ever felt like you're drowning in data but starving for insights? Well, you're not alone. And that's exactly why today we're going to demystify a really powerful tool from Amazon Web Services called AWS Glue.
All right, first things first, let's talk about the modern data problem. To really get what Glue is all about, you got to understand the problem it was designed to solve in the first place.
So why is this so tough? I mean, these days, businesses are just swimming in data, right? It's coming from everywhere. But here's the kicker. There's this massive canyon between just having all that data and actually using it. The real trick is turning that raw, messy flood of information into something you can actually make decisions with.
And for most companies, let's be honest, it's just pure data chaos. I mean, think about it. You've got your sales data over in Salesforce, your user logs sitting in Amazon S3, maybe product info in a classic SQL database, and then you've got real-time data streaming in from something like Kafka. It's a mess. Everything is stuck in its own little box, speaking its own language, which makes getting a single, clear picture of your business, well, pretty much impossible.
Okay, so how in the world do you fix this? How do you tame all that chaos without hiring a whole army of engineers to build these super complicated, brittle data pipelines that just break all the time? Well, that's exactly where AWS Glue steps into the picture.
The best way to think about this is with a metaphor. Picture AWS Glue as this brilliant, automated data librarian for your entire company. But this isn't your average librarian. It doesn't just know where the books are. Oh no. It goes out, reads every single one, figures out what they're about, and then builds this perfect MasterCard catalog. That way you can find and mix information from literally anywhere, anytime.
And this really shows the huge difference. The old way? Man, that was painful. It was all about managing servers, writing custom code for every little thing, code that would break if you so much as looked at it funny. It was slow, manual, and super expensive. The Glue way? It's serverless. And that's a huge deal. It means you don't have to worry about managing servers at all. No patching, no provisioning, nothing. AWS takes care of all that heavy lifting. It automates the worst parts, and get this, you only pay for what you use when you use it. It's a game changer.
So if you look it up, the official definition is a serverless data integration service. But what does that really mean? In plain English, it just means Glue handles all the boring, annoying, time-sucking work of finding your data, cleaning it up, and putting it where you need it. And that is so important because it frees up your team to stop fighting with file formats and server logs and start doing what they're supposed to do. Actually analyze the data and find those golden nuggets of insight.
All right, so let's follow our data librarian on its first big task, finding all the books. How does Glue even begin to organize that chaos? I mean, how does it know what data you even have in the first place?
It all starts with this really cool thing called a crawler. Seriously, that's what it's called. And it's simple. You just point these little automated bots at your data sources. Could be a folder in S3, could be a database. The crawler then just goes off, scans everything it finds, and automatically builds the central map of all your data. This map is called the AWS Glue Data Catalog, and it becomes your one-stop shop, your single source of truth for all your data.
Now, this is where it gets really, really cool. These aren't just dumb bots. They're super smart. They don't just give you a list of file names. No way. They actually peek inside the files, figure out the format. Is it JSON, CSV, Parquet? And then they infer the schema. That means they figure out all the columns and what kind of data is in them all on their own. It's honestly magic.
And the versatility here is just incredible. These crawlers can connect to pretty much anything you can think of. Cloud storage like S3? Check. Relational databases like PostgreSQL or MySQL? Yep. NoSQL databases like MongoDB? Of course. Data warehouses, streaming sources like Kafka, even SaaS apps like Salesforce. The list goes on. This is our librarian literally checking every single shelf, every nook and cranny of the entire library.
Okay, so our librarian has done its job. It's found everything, it's cataloged everything. We now have a perfect map to all of our data. So, what's next? Well, now we get to the fun part. We get to clean it up and combine it in really useful ways. This is where the real magic begins.
Now, in the data world, there's a process for this, and it's called ETL. It's an acronym that stands for Extract, Transform, and Load, and it's really the heart and soul of any data pipeline. You extract the data from where it lives, you transform it, clean it up, join it with other data, filter out the junk, and then you load it into its new home, ready for analysis.
So in the old days, ETL meant writing just mountains of complex code. It was a nightmare. But AWS Glue flips the script completely with something called Glue Studio. And this is awesome.
It's a visual drag-and-drop canvas where you can literally draw your data pipelines. No, seriously, you draw them instead of coding them from scratch.
Let me walk you through a super simple example. See here? You start with a source block. Let's say that's your customer data from Salesforce. Then you just drag a line to a transform block. Maybe in this step you join that data with recent orders and filter out anyone who's inactive. And finally, you drag one more line to your target, loading that nice, clean, combined data into your data warehouse. See? It's all just connecting the dots with these clear, visual blocks.
And this visual editor is way more powerful than it looks. You can build out these jobs, you can use tons of pre-built transformations for common stuff, and you can even preview your data at every single step to make sure you're not messing anything up. And for all you developers out there, listen up because this is the best part. While you're dragging and dropping, Glue is automatically writing clean, production-ready Python or Scala code for you in the background. It's using Apache Spark under the hood. So you get the speed of a visual tool, but all the power and control of real code. It's the best of both worlds, for sure.
Okay, let's recap. We found the data, we made a catalog, we built a pipeline to clean it all up. So what? Why did we do all this? What's the big payoff?
Well, the answer is pretty simple. All that hard work, it pays off right here. Because by taking all that messy, chaotic data and turning it into something clean and organized, you've basically just created rocket fuel. High-octane fuel that's going to power pretty much every single modern thing your business wants to do.
Once you've tamed that data chaos with Glue, you can finally start doing the cool stuff, the things that actually move the needle for your business. You can feed that pristine data into your AI and machine learning models. You can light up real-time dashboards for your leadership team. You can run massive, complex analytics to spot trends no one else sees. And you can create those amazing, personalized experiences for your customers that everyone's talking about.
So when you boil it all down, AWS Glue is way more than just a tool for shoveling data around. It's a service that's designed to crack open all those data silos and unlock the incredible value that's been trapped inside them for years. And it really leaves you with one big, important question to think about. What amazing stories is your data just waiting to tell if only you could finally bring it all together?